20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay. Rep your city. Let me see the mic. Rep your city. Give me the mic. Rep your city. I got you. Rep your city. I'm gonna tell you about mine. Rep your city.
It's time for us to go live, so rep your city. I really would appreciate if y'all roll with me. Feeling this music cause it makes me wanna step. And if you don't want it to, then you lying to yourself. Cause every time we party, we gon' have fun. I don't know about you, but I'ma rep where I'm from.
Rep your city. Okay. Rep your city. Let me see the mic. Rep your city. Give me the mic. Rep your city.
Welcome everyone to the RYC Live show this evening. My name is Artistic and I'm your host for tonight. And this is Rep Your City Fresh Friday. And tonight we have a special guest as usual. We try to do this for us, by us, each and every Friday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time here. So if you are over on the West Coast or the East Coast, or if you're down south or any other parts of the world, please tune in and share this broadcast. We'd like to encourage you to share right now to your friends, to your family, to your crewmates, to anybody that you feel that might be interested in watching this segment of our show. We are a platform that showcases talent, specifically hip hop talent, but any other creative movements that are in existence. We try to highlight them here. And it doesn't matter where you're at. You can be around the globe. We'll be able to reach out to you and have a discussion and see each other and just share history and knowledge. That's what it's all about. We're at this is the last weekend of February. And next weekend, we'll be into a whole new month. And then we'll be rolling up on spring. So the weather will be getting nice, And that's something to look forward to, especially for all the dancers out there. We hope y'all are doing what you can, keeping in shape. And as soon as that weather breaks, especially for us in Chicago, because it's kind of chilly out here right now. But, next month we'll be warming back up with the temperatures and we'll be able to get back in the parks and get it in them streets and do some boogieing, right? So without further ado, I'd like to introduce once again my homeboy, my partner, my friend. We had him on a first segment some weeks ago, and now he's back again for part 2. And we're going to pick back up where we left off. Feel free to leave some comments in the comment area if you have any questions or any comments specifically for our brother that you would like to ask. Please make sure you highlight that in the comment area. Engage with our conversation. And once again, please do share them. Be a guest on a future show. Please do send us an email to ryclive@yahoo.com. That's ryclive@yahoo.com. So let's bring our homeboy Midnight in from Los Angeles. There he is.
Afternoon, sir. Well, good evening. How you doing?
Yes, sir. So welcome back to the show, man. How you been?
Thank you for having me back. We talked about a lot of stuff earlier, but we didn't get a lot of stuff that you wanted to get done.
Yeah. Well, it's always, it's always a lot that, you like you say, we can't get it all in one segment. So, that's why we're doing a part 2. So for
I appreciate you wanting to have me.
Yeah.
Appreciate you wanting to have me.
So for anybody that's tuning in, like I said, if you got any questions or comments or something that you'd like us to talk about in our segment tonight, please feel free to mention it in the comment area.
I got a question to ask you.
Yes.
Even though this is your show. Life in Chicago, dance scene wise, what's it like?
Man.
For the the current generation? I mean,
You
like the
know,
families,
yeah,
adults, and the teens.
yeah. It's when I go to events here in Chicago, it's good to see that it's still alive. We have been kind of keeping it up. And I want to send a shout out real quick to my homeboy Poppin Chuck, because Poppin Chuck, does what he can to keep the popping
That's the
scene.
one that brought. That's the one that got me caught up to speed when I
Yeah,
got back and started to get back out of retirement.
yeah,
Started
yeah,
with him,
yeah,
AK, and Phantasm with the LA
yeah,
Breakers.
yeah, yeah. And so Poppin Chuck, shout out to his crew, Robot Mafia. You know what I'm saying?
Robot Mafia,
With Mr.
T-Bugs,
Cobra and
Cobra,
T Bugs and Mr.
right?
Cobra.
T-Bugs and Cobra, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they have
Real
a
cool
lot.
dude.
They have a lot of students that they train, man. So they're bringing up the newer generations of dancers
I
here
did
in
a
Chicago.
couple of a couple of the Funky Female Robot online challenges, during the pandemic, so nobody was able to go out. So I said, wait a minute, let's still have some fun. Yeah, I can use this internet to my advantage. So I usually do the Funky Female Robot challenges live at the Poppers Picnic. But since everything was closed down, I said, let's do it online. So Robot Mafia, they had a couple of contestants at different times enter. Carolyn, Go-Go Girl, Tanya, it's another lady. It's a few. They got a nice squad. They got a nice family, nice foundation.
That's what's up.
They do their thing out there.
I actually just talked to one of the members yesterday from a group out here from the 70s called the Puppets. And actually, as a matter of fact,
right?
Yeah, they started in like 1974. And they were Soul Train dancers. And now most of them live out there in California, believe it or not.
See, that's my goal. That's my goal, to bring everybody out. Like the ones you just mentioned, see if they can reach out to me so they can come to the Poppers Picnic this year.
I will let them know. Yeah, because these guys, they're definitely in their
reunion.
They're definitely in their 60s now. And
they need to come. They need to come. They need to come.
Yeah,
that's my whole goal. That's why I've been busting my ass trying to round everybody up at least for one day.
Yeah,
just reminisce, like a big reunion from generations.
Yeah,
I had dancers that come from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and they're some were in their 70s, 60s, 50s, 30s, 20s, teens, and even tiny tots. But trying to round them all up, especially the veterans.
Yeah,
that's my goal, so they can reminisce. So if you can reach out to them, I would appreciate it.
I will let them know, man. You have a date? You have a date for the Poppers Picnic, or what event is that you talking about?
The 24th of July.
Okay.
With that Saturday, I can't on the top of my head, but I'm doing it July the 24th. I can't secure the park until May. Then I can reveal the location. But it's just going to be in LA. That's already in my mindset,
Okay, now July 24th is actually on a Monday.
So the 22nd. The 22nd.
Yeah, that's on a Saturday. Yep.
That's Saturday.
Yep.
I try to I'll do it every year. I always do it on a Saturday.
Well, I'm gonna definitely reach out to them brothers and tell them and let them know.
Okay, because the weekend before that is the B-Boy Summit.
Okay.
It's the Pop and Lock, and it's the hip hop tournament. They might want to come to that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that still in San Diego?
Oh no.
The B-Boy Summit?
Mike Goldberg's in San Diego. I know Cats in Dago. No,
I said, is the B-Boy Summit still in San Diego?
Oh no, Asia. She's gonna do it out here. She's been doing it the last few times out here.
Oh, she's doing it in LA now.
In LA.
Okay. Mm-hmm. When I came out there back in '97, it was in San Diego.
Oh yeah, no. Lately, she's been doing that in LA, and then she has the popping contest on the side, the breaking, and it's good. And the whole hip hop situations.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, that's a very nice event. Very nice event. Yeah,
I was with her, and she's been doing it for a long time. Yeah, and
and
that's one of the reasons why I got to push what I push, because I watch what she does. I'm like, oh, okay, I see.
It's a lot of work.
Because
a lot of work.
We talked about this before. The Breakers have the B-Boy Summit. The Lockers have Lockers Legend, and what about the Poppers and Lockers? That's
Right.
why I try to do the Poppers Picnic to reunite all the original poppers, the boogalooers, the boppers, the pop lockers, the the strutters, and everybody comes and gets together, has a nice time.
That's
So
good,
I would
man.
love to meet those guys that
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely connect you with them. Yeah, yeah. And
Okay.
yeah, because I think it's great to be able to continue all the elements so that newer generations
Shoot, if,
continue.
if push come to shove, you come out here too. I'm gonna figure
Yeah.
that out too.
Yeah,
You need to
well,
come out.
I know I won't probably be able to make it this year, but maybe next year, because this year we're doing a Soul Train event here in Chicago in July.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Somebody told me about this. Somebody told me about
yeah,
this. And
yeah.
usually, they started doing like Soul Train picnic.
Okay.
A
Yep.
secret location out here. When they did it out here, I don't want to say location, but I will always get invited. But it's always something else.
Yeah.
That's one of my problems. Oh, it's not like I'm ignoring it, but I'm already locked in
Doing
and
other
do
stuff.
certain things over here. It's just hard. It's
Yeah,
hard.
yeah,
So I got to
yeah.
pass and do something else. But then I pass something else to something else over here. And I'm like, Eddie, can you come? And, I would love to,
Yeah,
It needs to be a universal calendar to
I
keep it
agree.
honest with you.
I agree.
A universal calendar where everybody can look and see what it is. That way they can put their events on a certain day. That way
Yeah.
everybody will have a chance to go to everybody's, atmosphere.
That's actually not a bad idea, man. We should
I
present
spoke
that.
on that. I spoke on that 2009. People were kind of snarling their lip, but they knew I was telling the truth.
Yeah.
But then you have to have somebody that can actually control that
Exactly.
and watch that, look over that. That's the issue. So I can understand it. But that would help a lot.
It would. Even
like
if it
all
was
the podcasts that's coming up. So your podcast is coming up. Another person's podcast coming. Everybody can look. Oh, he's doing this and this. She's doing this and this thing. That way, everybody can get a piece of the pie.
Yeah, that's true.
And share. It's enough information and energy to go around.
And then you won't be overlapping stuff at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll eliminate that 90%.
Yeah.
Everybody be happy. Everybody be happy.
Yeah, I agree.
Like right now, it's 3 events. It's 3 events supposed to go on tomorrow, but with the rain, 2 got postponed again because it rained the last week. So they put it up for this week, but it rained again. So they gotta postpone it here, or they canceled. But the ones that's still going on, it's like 3 different things going on, all in the same day. So you got to think, what can me and you go to? Did we go to this? Skip this? Did we try to go to this over here and take time off, leave and go here and here and here? It's hard. You can't stop nobody from doing what they want to do for the community.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
I got a question for you. I would like to talk about, and this is I think a relevant topic, but I was watching a interview that Tony Basil from the Lockers did, I guess a couple years ago or whatever, and she was talking about the difficulties of being a dancer successfully with a lucrative career. So I want to talk about it from your perspective, because I know a lot of dancers that dance because they enjoy it, but I know that there's some dancers that want to kind of pursue it as a profession and don't maybe not quite know how to go that route. And, and I wonder, is that something that that can be laid out for people to, is there a certain pattern that people have to go through or follow in order to go to that? If you no longer want to just do it as a hobby, you want to do it as a profession now, what would you suggest would be the way to kind of follow?
That's a from me, from my eyes, it's kind of tough. You got to know certain people that are already in those positions that can bring you in for hiring gigs. And then those hiring gigs, who's in the audience that can see it. It's like, hey, I like that Fresh Fridays podcast. Let me talk to him, bring him over here. Then they bring you over here. The next thing you know, somebody wants you to come over here. So now you're booked. But it's kind of difficult, but it's not impossible.
Right.
You just have to have faith, keep pushing. And if you get denied one opportunity, don't fret. just keep putting yourself in position, because the minute that you stop, that's when you automatically fail.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But then with dancers, I tell this to everybody: always have a backup plan, because the dancers, you're presenting entertainment in a physical form. That's using the physical body.
Yes.
If you injure a part of your body, you can't perform.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
Exactly.
So you have to have a backup plan.
That's
so
true.
Now you might want to be in the dance industry behind the scenes, might not necessarily want to be the performer,
right?
But if you want to pursue that dream, I want to be the top dancer, this, that, and the other. You got to push and grind. You got to push and grind, and you want to be able to show something that people have never seen before. Step outside the box. Try something different. If it doesn't work, your conscience is clear, because you're like, hey, I tried this. It didn't work. It's cool. But then if you tried it and it does work, bam, it opens up. So you have nothing to lose. You can either gain or be the same.
Yeah.
But you just have to make sure that health is intact.
Yeah.
Make sure that health is intact.
I agree.
And have a backup plan. So say you messed your ankle up. Say you apply for a position. They gave you 6 weeks. They're booking you 6 weeks, $1,000 a show. That's $6,000. But now show number 4, you injure yourself. You can't get out. So now the rest of your money is canceled. What are you going to do?
Exactly. Good point. I think
when you're younger, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think that's a actually great way to look at it from that perspective, because again, injuries can happen just like in sports.
It's like in sports, and injuries can happen.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with trying, though, but you just got to know the opportunities, find them, and pursue them. Especially in places that you wouldn't really expect. Like everybody's trying to perform and be on the stage over here. What would it be like if I try to audition for something over here? They're not thinking about the dance part of it, because us as dancers, we're the visual. We're giving the visual entertainment without speaking a word. So you want to try to apply that in different situations that wouldn't be expected. So that might be like less competition. So that might open the door, if not for the dance position there, something else. Then you can get into a dance position here, But the main thing, just keep pushing, keep trying, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, keep looking, And the internet, it's a bitch. It's a lot of stuff out there. You can be up a lot. Like lately, since I went to the doctor, I'm just on a mission trying to find different festivals, different stuff to entertain the people, different places I can perform at. So I'm looking, festival here, showcase here, showcase there. I'm looking at every little thing, and I'm saying, is that possible? At least I'm trying. If I just pass them up automatically, you'll never get an opportunity.
Now, what do you do for a living today?
I work in a slot machine warehouse.
Oh, okay.
So consider slot machine totally different than what you would think.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's cool. Although the casinos and stuff, we deal with the slot machines, repair, sell, clean the parts, whatever.
Oh, I see.
And then I do the drawing on the side, and then I do the dancing, where they're trying to create an event, which will create opportunities for dancers to be seen, make money, trying to create opportunities for the culture, and then trying to bring entertainment for the community.
Now, let me ask you, the company that you work for, is that services that you all provide for machines that's being used in LA, or is it in like Los Angeles? I mean, Nevada.
Casinos, period.
Okay, just casinos in general.
All casinos.
Okay, gotcha.
Vegas, Atlantic City, Texas, overseas.
Okay, nice.
He'll deal with the machines and the parts, and then he collects machines from. He has some machines in there from 1910, 1920.
Wow.
Nickels, 5%. Oh, it's interesting. It's real interesting. And now they have their own culture. The slot machine and casino, the gambling community has its own culture. Remember, we talked about that before. everything has their own culture,
Culture,
and
yeah.
therefore everything has their own 1-year reunions.
Yeah.
They just got to having a domino reunion not too long ago. Domino players
Wow.
worldwide. I'm
Wow.
like, get the heck out of here. You know,
Wow.
they had the bowling tournament not too long ago. So that's what I'm trying to do, trying to create the 1-year thing for the poppers, the pop lockers, the boogalooers.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and now
Well,
like
see,
Chuck does his thing in Chicago. They
yeah.
doing theirs in Oakland Boogaloo. And then there's 6 other places, and then 5 other places reached out to me to bring what I do out there. So it's a good thing for the community.
Do you have some other OGs that's available to help you with these events?
Oh, I just get on the phone. If I need something real bad, call them on the phone.
Yeah.
And only a lot of times they're just like, well, man, what you need? Where does it go? Like with the last picnics, I was short with water. I wasn't sure. Oh, here they come. They're coming. Cases here, cases here. It was a time. It was picnic number 8, and I did it at Griffith Park. And you know, when you come to the parks, it's first come, first serve only.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't know if I told the story in the first one, but I'll tell this publicly. Griffith Park is in Los Angeles. It's near the LA Zoo. It's acres. It's acres. So I basically try to take what we all do and put it right in the middle of the bush, top of the hill, from the nowhere. No, nothing urban. Anyway, when I had got there like 4:35 in the morning, it was a Latino group, like 3 people, and it's like benches. It was a group of benches, maybe 25 benches. They were under trees. They took up all the tables and they put tablecloths over them, to claim the tables. This is already 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, damn. So I was trying to figure out who was doing all this, and I asked them, can I have just 2 tables? Because I have something I'm doing once a year, an event. They told me no, go on over somewhere else. I'm like, wow, I just want 2 tables. You guys already have 15 and 20.
Right.
And they was like, no. And they kind of like talking in Spanish, this, that, and the other. I'm like, I have like about maybe 1,000 people, 2,000 people going to come. We can all make it together. I can bring what I do with what you guys do. It can all be a big thing. They basically telling me to get out of here. Okay. So I got on my Facebook chat and I didn't know what to do. I'm like, wait, I have no setup for the people because they're coming. Yeah. They're coming from Korea. They're coming from India. They're coming from overseas. They're coming from East Coast. They're coming from Chicago, Atlanta. I'm like, oh. So I just got on my Facebook and I put it out there. And I was kind of like in tears for a minute because I didn't have nowhere to put the box and set up shop.
Yeah.
So I told people, I don't have any table. I'm here by myself. There's people here. I put the camera out and showed them. Okay. And then I see on the texts on the bottom, midnight, we coming. About 20 minutes later, here comes a big U-Haul truck with 2 of my cooks. Parked it in the middle, opened it up, just dumped out wood, firewood. The 2 Mexican guys over there looking like, okay, what's all going on over here? I tried to tell them they're going to come. Just have 2 tables. They said no. So, okay. So they still came. Next thing you know, here come the OG cats. They're pulling up with their families and the people, the dancers, the pop lockers. They're coming. By 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, maybe like 100 of us. By 3 o'clock, it was 2,100.
Wow.
That whole area got took over. And then the people, but they were supposed to have their little party or whatever. Hey, I don't know what happened. They didn't show up like that. I didn't know what happened. They were overwhelmed because my friends were Latino, Asian, Black, and they didn't think, Black guy, what's all this? Had to slide to school. We had fun that whole day. We had fun. That was a picnic. That was the day when Robert Shields came, Black Messengers came, Captain Crunch and the Funky Bunch came.
Nice.
Andre 3000. Remember I was telling you when they had the Soulnick Festival? That's the house festival. For all the house gathering. Andre 3000 came through.
Okay.
With the glasses, but he only stayed for like 5 minutes. Debbie Allen had her birthday party up by the carousel. And some other people had to come down to see what was going on because we were in the middle of the park. The Bay Area people came down, and only music I had was just the bump box. That's all that was needed. We had a nice time. Barbecue pits are out or whatever. I mean, so I tried to be nice. So hey, You know, so
Yeah.
when you said the OGs help, oh yeah, they helped. They
That's what's
supported.
up. That's
Brought
what's up.
meat, links. Everybody had a nice time.
That's what's up. And that's the way it should be. You know, that's the way it should be. You know, I mean, like, you know, this thing, I mean, we celebrated 50 years of hip hop this year. And you know, and
A long time.
you would think by now people get it, you know, like, okay, we've been doing this a long time, right? You
Mhm.
know, so it's just like, okay, for those that don't know, you should be learning this year, no doubt.
Let me ask you a question. For people that because it's been going on, like you say, 50 years. In your opinion, what is hip hop? What
Well,
exactly is it?
like you
If
said,
someone else asked you that.
everything is every movement has what's called a culture. Even
Mhm.
even as we as humans, you know, like you just mentioned a couple nationalities, you know, Hispanics, they have their own culture as a people. The Asians,
Mhm.
you know, black people, white people, you know, so everybody, because we eat different types of, we eat, each culture eats different types of food. You know,
Mhm.
we do things a little differently. We look a little differently. You know, so it's no different with hip hop. I mean, it's just from a creative aspect. You know, and in every
Mhm.
culture, you have dance, you have music, and you have art. So you
Mhm.
know, like it may be a little different in variance is with, you know, in terms of the culture, but it's still all, it represents all of those elements. So you
Yeah.
know,
If some go ahead.
yeah.
If a strange person was to ask you, "Hey, sir, what is hip hop?" You know,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
what you would tell them.
I would, yep. And I would even demonstrate it. I would help them to understand that there's core elements to it, which is, again, the dance, the music,
Mhm.
which is the MCing,
Mhm.
and the
I remember we
DJ.
talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the DJ and the producers, and then you have the art, the graffiti artists. You know, you can't forget them.
Mhm.
So those are like the core elements. But then you have other elements that make it up, like we talked about entrepreneurship. You know, people don't understand that that's an element too of hip hop. You know, also fashion. Fashion is a big element. You know, some people
Mhm.
represent fashion and don't even know
They want to
it.
express themselves through their clothes. When they walk into the door into the party, everybody's looking like, "Dang, who is that?" They know
Yeah,
he's somebody just
yeah,
from the fact.
yeah,
They may be different, something that they might not wear themselves, but they're looking like, okay, it caught their attention. Who is
yeah,
this person? You know,
yeah. And we
so
have
fashion, yeah. It-
we have our own vocabulary in hip hop. You know, like the average person can speak English in a way that like we're talking right now. But in hip hop, you know, there's kind of like a slang style, you know, yo, what's up? And all depending on where you live in, you create different vocabulary or vernacular, you know. So that's also a part of
Remember,
the
we was
culture.
talking about that the last time when you was asking about the term pop lock.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Los Angeles, that's what it is. New York, popping electric boogie.
Yeah.
Bay Area, boogaloo.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah,
right.
yeah. So all of those are variables of what we call hip hop, you know, and the fact that I think now people are just beginning, the masses anyway, are just beginning to understand what that really means, because you know it always kind of bugged me out when some people would say they would be practicing one of the elements, like they might be rapping, but then they'll say, "But I'm not hip hop." It's like, okay, you represent one element of the culture, but you don't represent the entire culture. I get it,
Mhm.
and for some of us, that's it is what it is. But me, I like to represent the entire culture because I love it all.
What's what's your ultimate hip hop jam? Your
um,
number one ultimate hip hop jam.
well, I have a few actually, but one in particular that I used to dance off of a lot in the '80s was "Jam on It" by Nucleus, 1984. I would
Mhm.
listen to that, and but then I had others. I liked it. Planet Rock by Africa Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force.
Mhm.
So there were so many, and I mean, breaking, because I came up in the scene as a breaker and a popper, and
Mhm.
I remember hearing a lot of the electro beats, the electronic music,
Right,
where it's
right,
just,
right.
it's not really no vocabulary. It's just a lot of track music, and I found that to be like, I listened to Kraftwerk when Kraftwerk came out in '81. I didn't know
Right.
what I didn't know
Right.
what that was, but it was very computerish, you know. And I remember my uncle had played the tape one day for me, and I was like, "What is this?" Because I heard all this stuff that just sound very computerish, right? And he said, "Oh, this is a group called Kraftwerk." You know, it's the name of the album was called Computer World. You know, and I was like, "Man, I like this." Yeah, that was 1981.
Kraftwerk, Yellow Magic Orchestra, Gary Newman, the new wave stuff. For me, hip hop wise, I gotta take you back.
Yeah,
I like that Run DMC, and that's the way it is. But even then, for some reason, LL Cool J, Rock the Bells.
Oh yeah.
When you hear that and you put that in the club, it's like it's aggressive. It's like rock the bell.
Yeah.
It's like whoa, shoot!
Yeah.
It's just the beat and the aggression. You know, that's just me. When I hear that,
no, I mean, you know, I loved LL Cool J. I remember when he first came out with Rock the Bells and My Radio. You know, I love Run DMC, Sucker MCs. It's like that. You know, so yeah, I mean, you know, we could go on and on and on, but I think like there's some songs that just do it for you better than others. You know, there was another
for that one. I mean, Ultimate, to me, and that might shed a that might hurt people the wrong way. That's in the hip hop for today, but and I've listened to all the music way back from the 70s.
Yeah,
so I'm thinking, that's why I'm asking you. What is one of your ultimate all-time hip hop? It's a lot, but that Rock the Bells, that stands out to me. And then Eric B and Rakim, Eric B for president.
Yeah.
That's hip hop. Now you can talk hip hop of today, 2023. You can talk hip hop 90, 91, 92, 93, 85, 70, 2011 hip hop. That's a lot. I always ask people that question just to see what the answer would be.
Yeah.
You really gotta dig deep.
It is a lot of variables. It's a lot of variables because you know, like you really I try to be specific with dates as much as possible, at least with the year, because it makes a lot of, you know, it makes a difference, you know, when people say, well, I'm into hip hop, and then you say, okay, well, like you said, what do you like? What's some of your favorite songs? And you can tell where they're at just by the title of the song. You know what I'm saying? If you say Run DMC, Raising Hell, we're talking 1986. You know, if you say The Message by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, we're talking 1982. You know,
see that song was historic. All the songs you named, that was historic. You got hip hop songs, and then you got historic hip hop songs. And that's just me. Personally, I think it's just a lot, you know. So now here we go. How do you think hip hop might be 10 years from now?
Well, you know, I think it's going to continue. It's going to continue, but I think, and this is my opinion, I mean, I think people need to understand that hip hop is about being creative. And I think for some of the newer generation of people that's getting into it, I think some of them have lost the essence of what it is, you know, or maybe they just never really knew, you know, because
I'll say it. A lot of them have. They lost the essence. They're not creative. I'll say it if you don't want to say it.
Yeah. You know, because I mean, it's not about hip hop is not about killing each other and dying and things of that nature. It's about being creative. Like you said, you know, like all depending on where you live, you know, you be creative in your neighborhood or your atmosphere and your community with what you got, you know. And when I listen to a lot of the music today, is very few artists that I even want to continue to listen to, because when I hear it, if it doesn't have a good message, I don't want to even listen to it no more.
Oh shit! I'll be at work a lot of times, and my coworkers, they'll turn on the radio, and I'm usually cleaning my stuff, and it'll be some current rappers, today rappers.
Yeah,
I just look at them, I just shake my head,
yeah,
and then they know me, they know my history, they know I know a lot of the music, and they're like, "Oh, Eddie, what you think about that?" I tell them, garbage. You think about this? Garbage. It's all right. Maybe. No, I'm honest, you know.
Yeah.
But then I take them back to some other stuff, positive stuff. They're like, "Oh, Eddie, hey, Midnight, what is this?" They don't call me Midnight at work. They call me Eddie. They go, "What is this?
Yeah.
Who made this? oh wait, somebody of today sampled this from them, and then that got sampled. So then I have to take them back to the original source of the music,
Yeah.
the 70s and 80s funk. But
Yeah.
nobody wants to talk about that part.
No,
Give credit.
yeah.
They just say they made this song and then that's it.
And I think young people today, if they it doesn't matter if you're young, you can still learn something. So I think if young people today step back a little bit and go back to the 70s and the 80s and what have you, and listen to that music to kind of understand the messaging, how the music or the song was composed, you might learn something as to help you with what you're doing today with your projects.
It doesn't help the look.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you about when you was asking about the dance opportunities, it doesn't hurt to look.
Yeah.
You can gain and be the same. It doesn't hurt to look.
Yeah. I mean, because think about it, like when you look at groups like the Jackson 5, specifically Michael Jackson was a great entertainer because he studied other entertainers. You know what I'm saying? He was a student of James Brown. You know what I'm saying? So if you're studying somebody like James Brown, you're bound to be able to develop a style of your own by what you're viewing, and you're going to yourself become a great entertainer, which is exactly what he did.
That's what I try to do when it comes to the popping. I saw my veterans and the things that I saw, and I kept it in my head. And then when I looked on TV, kept it in my head here. The movies that I saw kept this in my head here. And then my creativity, which I already try to have, kept it. And then I listened to the music. Remember, I was talking about the music is the audio. You have to be the visual.
Yeah.
You got to be able to make it connect.
Yeah.
So that plays a part. So you got to try to add a little bit. I don't want to do your podcast, but I'll take notes on what you're doing, flip it, and try to make it consistent, but keep it at a high level.
Yeah.
You see what I'm doing. Got to make you keep your stuff at a high level, and then everybody's okay. Everybody's at a high level for good content.
Yeah. There's room for growth in all areas, and it doesn't matter. There's a thing in hip hop called biting, where you look at somebody's stuff.
Oh yeah,
and you take it away, and then you claim it as your own. But
we talked about that last time.
Yeah. But I feel that there's a way you can alter that. You can look at somebody's work and become inspired, but like you said, take what you can, but then change that, make it your own. You
can be inspired by what you just saw. I'm inspired by a lot of cats. I'll give names. Black man. I'm inspired by Poppin Chuck.
Yeah,
it's a certain wave that he does when we started getting together. When I first came to his studio, after I had quote unquote retired and stuff, Tashambi saw me on Hollywood, and he recognized me because I used to dance in all the parades.
Right.
And I was asking him, where's all the poppers at? Because I was going into the spots trying to find where the pop lockers and dancers at so I can come back into the scene. And he was like, oh, I can take you to Poppin Chuck. So he took me to his studio, and that's how me and him became friends. So that's how I got back into the mix. But he would do a certain wave. I'm like, oh, okay. Then he'll have a touch, and he'll be in touch from here, and he'll build it, but he'll break it down. I'm like, okay. So I don't do it, break it down, but I remember when he's there. So it's the foundation of how he broke down.
Yes.
There's a lot of cats. I take notes too, but I want to try and keep that same high level so they can be proud.
Yeah.
Because we're all part of a culture.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to represent the culture.
Exactly.
That means I'm trying to represent them to strangers that nobody knows about. Yeah. That's the thing nobody talks about. I like to try to go places that they've seen popping, but they've never seen it in person.
Yes.
At a level. So I have to go. I try to be around, go around places where they wouldn't expect to see a popping show. If they see it, they're going to see it at a high level. At least I'm going to try to.
Yeah.
So people can be proud when they heard, oh man, it was over there. And then people are telling, and there was this guy, he was doing this robot. And they asked, oh, he was good this time. That makes me feel good because I did my job. I didn't have nobody disrespect the culture. Next time they see somebody else do it, that makes sense. Same with actors.
I was always inspired before I started dancing because I never danced I was, mind you, I was never a dancer until I got into hip hop. But before I, when I first started witnessing other people do it, I was so impressed that I was like, I want to learn how to do that, because I had never seen a dance done like that before. I mean, from the lockers to the poppers to the breakers, all the combination of all styles that these guys would do, I had never seen anything like that before. And I'm like, my friend Brian, he lived in Chicago. He was from Chicago, but he would go out to California to visit his mom. And he brought the style of popping in our neighborhood back from California to Chicago because he learned from some cats out there.
Remember, I was telling you when we talked about that last time.
Yeah,
people would migrate. They would come here, do what they do, take it back over to us, and start it over there. And then they would migrate.
Yeah. And I mean, it's amazing because I was like, when he first did it, and he was a good ticker. He could tick real good. Nice animation and ticking. And I was like, and I couldn't believe when I witnessed it the first time. How did you do that? You just sent the body wave through your arm where it looked like you have no bones. That's how good and smooth he was. And man, after that, I was just like, man, I got to learn how to do that. So it was very, very, impressive. It was a very strong impression. And then when you would go to the parks and stuff, because you remember it was people dancing all over, man, especially when the movies came out. Everybody wanted to dance.
Before the movie, come to LA, you get off the bus, right on site. If somebody got a radio, look at you, they bust a move, you got to respond, especially if the girls are around. On site, in front of the Winchell's, the mall. Remember I was telling you that Fox Hills Mall? That was on site. That was mandatory. Because the record store will play the records, and they know they're playing certain songs. They're not stupid. They're playing the stuff. They know they hear it. Somebody's gonna walk past because he's getting some clothes for a show he has to do later that night. The popping music comes on, he's feeling it. Here, me and you walking with your girl, you see this, you calling him out right there on the spot. Next thing, here goes a big old crowd. This is in the mall. That's Saturday. It's everywhere.
That's true. You know, and you know what? I also would say too that it kept us in shape. Like, I see some of my friends today that are all out of shape and overweight now because they stopped dancing, and I think back and I said
last time too,
when we were dancing, it kept us, in relatively great shape. You know what I'm saying?
At times I would go to Venice Beach on Sunday, and that was like mandatory, especially a holiday. All the poppers, they went to Venice Beach. I wouldn't even eat no breakfast in the morning. I'd get a piece of bread, shower, comb the hair, get dressed, eat a piece of bread. I'd go Venice Beach, get there like 11 because I'm the type, I don't want to miss nothing. Tourists already out there, I don't want to miss nothing. Skaters in the skating circle, and then the dancers, the tourists, people are there. So maybe 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. I'm not thinking about food. So we burn up all that calorie, all that energy. Then maybe 4 or 5 o'clock, take a break, go get a slice of pizza, a soda, or whatever. Then when I come home, because we're taking a bus, I get home 7, 8 o'clock. My mom has the cabbage, corned beef, potatoes, string beans, usual stuff. Because I know I'm going to eat when I get home. And I eat that one meal, and that's it. But I'm so busy burning energy. That's because we're steady moving and steady occupying. But they don't remember I was telling you, when you get older, and then you got families, jobs and stuff, you don't do as much, Like I know I got to go back to the gym and get back because driving this car, I don't walk as much as I was before when I was going to my shows and stuff, taking the trains and stuff. So it's you gotta stay in shape. But people get heavy. But now a lot of the young guys, they talk about the older guys. He's too fat, this, that, and the other. But now his mind is still there. He didn't forget the shit that he knew that he does. This thing. So now when we was in Santa Ana, it's on my wall. You can go look. The Black History Festival in downtown Anaheim. Gizmo. He brought his older friend of his, Bam. Heavyset dude. You wouldn't think he can get down. The footage is on my wall. And he's everything. Boy, you can tell. Oh, if he was slim, he would tear people You can tell. And he was just trying to show his son to get him into a positive light because he's an ex-gang member, or a veteran gang member, but he wants to show his son a positive light. And remember, I was telling you, a lot of gang members and street gang members used to pop.
Yeah.
He was part of it. And so he was doing it on the street. People were like, who the fuck is this? What is he? Oh, it was nice, smooth.
Yeah.
But you would see him, you would think, nah, gray hair, beard.
Yeah. He can't do nothing.
But I put that one way on Mr. Groove. Oh, that snapped the bell in his head, and Gizmo helped him out too. Oh yeah, you go look.
Yeah.
So it's all in here.
Yeah, I agree.
We may not physically can do what we used to do when we was 19 and 20, but you probably can teach a person if you just share what you know inside your knowledge. So it's a lot. Oh, I think he froze. Hello. Donation. I'm still here. I think he froze, people. I'm still here. Hello. Fresh Fridays. He's still here. He can't hear me. Okay. But hopefully you guys are having a nice evening. Okay, live. I don't know where I'm at. I'm here in Los Angeles. It's raining out. It's supposed to be raining. We're supposed to have blizzard conditions. That's kind of rare for Los Angeles, but we're supposed to have blizzard conditions. Okay, I don't know where he went. Technical difficulties, but for dancers that's out there, veteran dancers, they're retired. I'm doing a reunion. This will be my 14th Poppers gathering. There he is. I think.
There we go. Sorry about it. I don't know. Was it some kind of interference?
Okay, I was still talking, trying to occupy the people. I don't know if they saw me. I guess
Thank you.
Nervous as heck, but no, it's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Technical difficulties.
Yeah. But it's all good, man. I tell people that, and like I told you, I'm gonna connect you with the guys from the Puppets. But we were talking about how technology today we have. Back in the day, like when we used to watch TV, we used to turn on Soul Train and watch Soul Train, and if the television set started acting up with lines and stuff, we would go nuts because we like, wait, I'm in the middle of watching Soul Train here,
Mm-hmm.
So,
but then I'm going to cut you off. When you said the lines, there was a show, Outer Limits.
Yeah.
And they would kind of fool you because that's how it was. You like, wait. Outer Limits is about to come on, and they made it look so real,
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. So so I think I am grateful for us to be able to have this technology today because like this is really convenient to be able to do broadcast shows like this in other areas around the world and still be able to communicate and see each other and share different topics for discussion. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yes. If it wasn't for YouTube, online stuff, you wouldn't know about people overseas. They wouldn't know about our dance cultures out here in the States.
Yeah,
and they wouldn't know about the dance cultures in Cali, in Kansas City, in Chicago, in Atlanta, in New York, in Dallas, overseas, unless if you was military. Unless you're military,
right?
Unless if you were traveling overseas and then you stayed for a while, but everything that you brought, you took it with you to that other city and kept your mentality of thinking and spread it out. That was basically the only way, But you got dancers in the Philippines, you got pop lockers in Iceland, Ghana, Africa, they're everywhere. Yeah. And again, remember I was telling you the Pop Lockers Ball, the Poppers Ball, dinner dance.
Yeah.
All those comments. It's cities and communities in the US me and you haven't even heard of.
Yeah.
And they know about that dancing. And
Yeah.
they're like, well, where's the tickets at? Because they want to be a part.
I know.
But I can't get to them to reach them. Like, hey, come here. If it'd be like maybe if I can get everybody together, I'm really everybody that was
Yeah.
either used to dance currently, easily 400,000. Easy.
Yeah, I agree. Because
Easy.
you could go back and find a lot of guys around our age that totally stopped dancing. And when you get in a conversation with them, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I used to dance back in the day." You be like, "What?" And then if you put on the right music, they'll get out and try to start doing a little something. You're like, "Oh yeah, I see you."
Or go in a club where they're playing the current music, and then the DJ wants to flip it. He wants to put some 70s, 80s stuff on. Here comes this lady. Who is she? Because ladies is doing just as much as the guys.
Yeah.
It's there out there. You can reminisce. It's out there. It'll be a positive thing, But again, life takes you to different places, and everybody wants to be current. That's understandable. But a lot of the music of today, nah, it's for for that generation. If it works for them, fine.
I just seen I don't know if he's still out of town, but I just noticed that Alpha was out in Korea working with a whole bunch of students out there in Korea. So
he's a real cool dude. He came to the picnic. He's real cool. That was his first time. I was trying to invite him. It was what picnic was that? It was picnic 4, Captain Crunch and the Funky Bunch, the original. Oh shoot! Let me get it right. Shabadoo,
okay,
Skeeter Rabbit, Captain Crunch, both Captain Crunches, the original one, Popeye. These are lockers.
Okay.
Lamont, Fluky, Luke, they all together.
Nice.
Having a good time. And there was others too. I didn't know the names, but I knew them. Donald Camelot, he was trying to go. Campbell, he's trying to go, but he wasn't feeling well.
Yeah.
His son came. No, it's fun, but it's a lot of lockers. They're out there.
That's what's up.
Dancers is out there. But now this is 2023. How can we make more opportunities for the newer dancers?
Yeah.
But they keep the respect level of the culture high.
Yeah.
What can they do to keep the respect of the culture high? That's not a question I'd ask them. What are you doing to keep the culture high? Yeah, you want to dance and make this a career or however, but you represent the culture. You represent stuff that I do. I'm not gonna have you be sloppy if I see it. You got on nice outfit, but your gloves are not white. They're kind of dingy. It's like, no.
Yeah. Some of them need a little training in that area, in terms of being professional.
So what can me and you do to make it keep it high level and opportunities for today's dancers? What do you think me and you can do?
I always try to share with the artists and dancers or any other young ones coming up. I try to give them something that I wish people would have gave me when I was young, and a lot of us had to do trial and error. We didn't have generations of people over us because it was still kind of new. But now there's So but now there's generations of people in the game now. So it's a plethora of us out here that can share information. Like I teach kindergarten kids right now. These kids are yay high, you know what I'm saying? And some of them have never danced before in their life, you know what I'm saying? And so they don't know what none of that stuff is. So it's all new to them. So I was thinking to myself, man, if I only had someone when I was in kindergarten and showed me some stuff like that, that would have been, really cool, But I think, huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, I think it's, give them the insight that they need for proper direction. Because again, I don't like today when you look at a lot of young guys and girls, what I think they're missing is the professionalism. Now, some of them may be good dancers, but they still lack the professionalism. And what I mean by that is, like you just said, uniform. You know, have on a uniform. You know, when you see people, when you see crews dancing together, that's how we identified who was in what crew, because of the uniform. You know, but you got kids out, everybody is dressed all differently. You don't know who is wearing what crew, you know, and it's just like, and then some of them are sloppy, you know, very sloppy. It's just like we like to dance with precision. You know, the smoother
everything's together, the look, everything's together.
The smoother you were, the fresher.
Everything looked the same, and then it also will keep you out of situations. You know, like I can remember a time when in LA there used to be the Easter parade. They used to have that every year, every Easter Sunday. It'll go down Central from Slauson. If you're familiar with LA, Central, you have Slauson. It'll go down Central from Slauson to Vernon to Avalon, and then in the end of South Park. So then me and Popcorn, we were in a Easter parade. I took one side of the street, he took the other. We was in the center of the street, but we was focusing, dancing to the sides of the people, and then we would switch over, you know. And back during that time, the gang culture was intense. It was at that high level. Colors meant apart, territory meant apart. It had a matter of life or death. And seriously, I had on all burgundy. That was just the color I wore. I wasn't trying to impress nothing. I wasn't never a gang member. Right. And there was this Crip dude came up. No police was around. We're in the parade. And, you know, the Easter parade, everybody in LA, the community in LA came to the Easter parade after church. That was just mandatory. So the streets all up and down were crowded. And I guess I'm passing by his neighborhood, you know, going down the street, and I had all burgundy. And he approached me. Cuz, you know, he was a Crip. So, you know, he's going to say, cuz, what's all this, that, and the other. I didn't even give him no answer. I just hit it on him. Boom. Boom. People going crazy. Popcorn, he's over here. He don't know what's going on because he's dealing with people over here. He had an all white, so he's waving and flexing. But I had all this going on over here. And so his friends, his homeboys, they were looking, older dudes. They were like, yeah, cuz he tight. And they were calling his friend, man, no, back up. Let him go. That went down like 3 different times.
Right.
You know, but the popping gained the respect of the older veterans.
Yes.
Okay, leave them alone. You know,
because
that popping was intense. Because I had to. Because I'm in the streets. It was real and raw and aggressive, and I had to let him know. He let me know what he was about. I had to show him what I was all about.
There you go.
I was in his face, made sure that he saw what I was doing, and it was on him, waiting for him to respond. There was nothing he could do. Just walk away. And it was crazy. And then we get to Avalon and Vernon. Vernon and Avalon. And then we get to the end. It's at the ending. And you know, with parades, you have the judges panel with a judge and the other acts. So now we're surrounded. It's like at least 1,000 people circled. And the only thing we had for music, I had my friend Mixmaster Magic. He had the Lasonic. Remember the Lasonic radios?
Yes.
The double cassette boombox radios?
Right.
That's all we had. And it wasn't not enough. And we played Technicolor by Channel 1. Technicolor. The guy on the stage, the announcer, he's like, hey, bring that box over here. We can play it on the mic. Oh, why did he say that? Well, me and Popcorn looked at each other because now everybody's looking. It's quiet. This Easter parade. They wanted to see what the hell we can do. We wasn't nervous. We was ready. So when the music came on the loudspeakers, did our routine, did it out, and we did our hip tick, the same routine. Oh, people went nuts. They went crazy. And that's predominantly a Crip neighborhood. We had so much love. But then we had to go back. Remember, I told you started on Slauson. We took the bus there because I didn't have a car. So I had to walk because I knew nothing about that areas or whatever. So I had to walk. We had to walk back. Same when we came. When we came back, remember, I said it's Easter. What do families do on Easter? They have Easter dinner.
Right.
We got invited 6 different times to people's houses. Oh, there's those dancers. Come on, baby. You want to play? Come on over and eat. We're in strange people's houses getting plates of ham and macaroni and cheese. You guys was good. The gang members were like, oh man, y'all was hard, y'all was tight. Oh, it was a beautiful thing, you know.
Yeah.
Nervous, but again, the dancing, the popping, you know, kept us out of the mix.
I agree.
Stuff,
I agree.
So it's a lifesaver.
And what some people don't know or maybe have forgotten is that's how the whole hip hop culture started. It came from the gangs. Okay. You know, the gangs got tired of, when you look at the history in New York, you know, and the same here in Chicago, and I'm sure in California as well. You know, guys wanted to start living for a change instead of fighting and killing each other and going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing that, how about me and you battle and see who got the best moves? Because at the end of the day, we're still alive. We can come back and do this again. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of ex-gang members out in LA that and then they come to the picnics. Oh, we have a good time. Bloods, issues. It's no problem. And then the young people that see it, they're like, oh, because they never seen nothing like that before. Okay, what is okay? And remember, I was telling you last time, it was 3 different incidences where I had 3 gang members renounce their stuff right there on the spot. They saw positive atmosphere and they liked what they saw and they want to get involved in that. You know,
that's good.
It was positive. It was still cool. And it was fun.
That's good. See, when we can have an impact on younger generations of people coming up and they kind of want to follow that negative path, that's to me, that's doing something for the greater good. You know, saying, hey, you know, come over here and learn some of these moves, man, and put that game banging stuff down. You know, put the guns down in the game banging and come over here and learn some of these moves.
Right. A lot of people, of course, they're gonna be like, oh, that's old, played out, this, that, that's fine. But there might be that one person that might save their life.
Exactly.
I'll be talked about with these people, but I'll still be working with this person over here and putting opportunities in his face and showing him somebody can help him or show him to this person or gear him towards her or him, and he can start meeting more friends, different people, and seeing what it's like. It's like, okay, I can do this. You know? And then create more opportunities, and you never know. And then a lot of times, a lot of at-risk youth, they're artists. They're artists, whether with music, with drawing, or they have a visual mind and want to get into photography or get into film or even MC or something, you know, but you got to give them the opportunity first.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Send a shout out to all my homeboys checking in out there. My homeboy Dean checking in, and send a shout out. We send a shout out to Sugar D checking in. OG, that's another OG, you know. So hey,
how you doing? What's up?
Yeah. You know,
I want to meet those cats. I want to meet them. When I went to Atlanta, I tried my hardest to meet OGs out there. When I went to Memphis, oh my goodness, it was nice out there. But again, I wouldn't have known nothing until I started doing this. When I started doing this, they're like, oh wait, who is you? I used to do this.
It opens the doors. It opens the doors.
And again, the Poppers Ball, the comments in the Poppers Ball. You'd be surprised how many people that you never heard of, never known the name or nothing. It's like, hey, I used to do this too. And then they gave dates, places, things, and then they want to, where's the next thing so they can come and see and be a part of. And there's some in your city too you don't even know about. That's the crazy thing.
I think here's another thing that I found as the years went by. I found people stopped dancing because they felt it was played out. Like when I started dancing when I was in grammar school. So when I left grammar school and went into high school, I was still dancing, right? And when I got in high school, you know, it was guys and people that I would see, they'd be like, hey man, you still doing that? That's played out, man. Nobody do that no more. And I'm like, I do because I love it, you know? And so, you know, so it was this kind of stigma that kind of went around in the air where a lot of people stopped because they felt it was played out. Because you remember, at one point, everybody was trying to do it. Everybody was trying to dance, like you said, you know, but then once it kind of went down and it was only a select few of us still doing it, everybody else in their mind felt, oh, that's played out, man. That's old. Nobody do that no more. You know, look over here. He's over here trying to do the robot.
Now, you go to a skating ring, go with the current music and the trends of today,
Yeah.
then flip it and have a certain session, old school session. You see one person getting down on skates, guarantee it'd be somebody else that want to step out.
Yeah, exactly.
Other people will be looking and laughing, thinking it's comedy, it's fun, but deep down they know what it is. Otherwise, they wouldn't be watching.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to talk about it. No, that's cool. It's understandable.
Yeah.
Because this 2023, I'm just
Yeah.
trying to create things for 2025, 2026.
Yeah.
I'm looking beyond.
And then, like you say, it's cool if you feel like you outgrown it, that's fine. We're gonna continue to do it and share with the people that appreciate it still.
Mm-hmm. And it's just entertaining overall, just in general. For 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with Chicago stuff. Let me ask you a question. The stepping culture, how big is it out there in Chicago?
Oh man, they have competitions out here just like we have them in the dance community. With the the popping and everything like that. So they do that. They couples together, like a man and a woman. They have competitions where they get together and they work on their routines. They dress well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about the fashion again. That's a whole culture too.
About the feet. The hat. Fellas had to have the shoes and the hats.
Yeah.
The ladies had to have the dresses, the shoes, the purses. Hair has to be on point. They want to be seen and they want to look good because they know other people are watching.
Yep.
Let alone the music and dance, But just that in general, But now go ahead.
And I was gonna say, Shabba-Doo had told me this before he died. He was telling me, because when he was living here, he talked about how Chicago was always cool. He was like, because he was talking about his transition from coming from Chicago and going to California. And, even when I was talking to Skeeter Rapper, he was like, yeah, when he first came here, he moved to Orange County, which is kind of like the richer part of California, right?
It is. It's changing more, but, at that time back then, yes.
Yeah. So, but he was talking about how, because we know Chicago is a gangster town too. So, guys would, gangster style, so it was just about being cool. But he was saying when he left Chicago and went to California, he said, it was bright colors. And he was talking about Don Campbell flying in the air and jumping and doing high kicks and all of that stuff. He was like, what is this? It's like a circus out here in California.
It's entertainment. It got his attention.
Yeah.
So it got his attention.
Yeah, exactly.
But anybody can dance, anybody can sing, anybody can rap. But bro, can you entertain?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's going. People want to be entertained.
That's true.
They're sitting around like nowadays. People at doctors' offices sitting on their phones. They're on the buses sitting on their phones, their laptops, on their lunch breaks. Everybody's usually on their phones. They're looking to get rid of the boredom.
Exactly.
So my thing is, if you looking for entertainment, I can try to bring it. I can't say I can, but I can. At least I will try.
Exactly.
I'm trying,
Yeah. But that's a good point, though. I mean, like all of us enjoy entertainment. I mean, it's just like when sometimes you get bored and you want to watch a good movie. Now if the movie is not entertaining, you're gonna turn away from it and try to watch something else.
I've seen that.
You know what I'm saying? It's got to be entertaining, otherwise it's not going to keep your interest to keep watching it.
So that's where the dancers come in. The same like when you're having a party in a hip hop perspective. If me and you used to have a house party, DJ supplies the music, the dancer supplies the visual, the host, the one who owns the house, that's quote unquote the MC, because he's running everything. The graffiti person is the person with the advertisement, the flyer.
Mm-hmm.
That DJ needs that dancer to get him hyped up. That dancer needs that DJ to play the beats so they can do what they do.
Yes.
That the graffiti artist, he needs the dancer and the DJ to back up what he's saying on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And then the host, he needs the DJ to pump up the people which in turn will bring his party to light as the host. So next time when he's saying that you're saying you're having a party, you're the host, you're having a party, they know what to expect. They're gonna come. So everybody kind of needs each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
In hip hop terms, pretty much.
That's true. That's true. We all come together and we play our roles. You know, play your
but
position.
that dancer is the entertainment part.
Yeah.
The DJ is the entertaining audio.
Mm-hmm.
The dancer is the entertainer visual.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we can sit back. I mean, you can sit right now and listen to the music. But now, say if somebody came across back in the back, he started dancing. Me and you can be talking. The people are not trying to look at what we're talking about. They're watching this dude back here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why the dance is more important. But a lot of people got to understand that. You know.
Yeah. That's true.
Anybody can dance, but can you entertain?
Can you entertain? Y'all hear that? You know. So that's why I say
my respect, you know.
And I think again, I agree with you. I think there's just variables because again, you know, like you got some people that are what I call shy dancers. Like I was telling my students today in class, you know, we did a Soul Train line every week, and I let the kids come down the middle of the line and just, you know, all styles, do whatever you like, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes they come down and they kind of like, you know, they shy because everybody's looking at them. And I'm like, hey, just act like we're not here. Act like
to be honest, I'm shy too. I'm more shy than most of the people that you even know, believe it or not. Like right now, me and you was to go to a party, I'd be in the corner somewhere watching. I might look this and the other, but to go out and dance like this, I'd be the last person. And a lot of people don't believe that I'd be the last person. I have to be in my character. Yeah. Where people can't see who I am. Yeah. But I can see them. So my mentality kick in. Then it's a whole different thing. But like right now, I'd be the cool, quiet dude in the back in the corner. Yeah. Trying to socialize, not be stuck up, speak to people that I know. Try to make a friend or two here and there. Yeah. I wouldn't step out. I'm shy too, so I can understand.
Right. I can understand. And I know that like you know, you have a full developed character. So you do it accordingly to that. But I don't cover my face when I dance. So I was explaining to them that at some point, if you like dancing and you want to continue to do it, you have to just let it go. You have to get out there and you have to enjoy yourself. You can't.
When I doing tutorials, you know, you have to have fun. That's the main thing. Yeah, you have to have fun.
You can't
don't worry about nobody else thinking.
Exactly. You can't be focused on what people think of you because you'll never do it then.
They're gonna think regardless. People are gonna have opinions regardless. Just do what you do. Yeah. Everything else will work for itself. Yeah. I know I'm the shy type, but when I do my tutorials, my classes, and I come across someone that's extra shy, I pull them to the side and I'll talk to them. Let them. It's okay to be shy and nervous. But then I'm asking, "Are you having fun?" And they'll tell me, "Yeah, but I'm having fun." Okay. Don't be afraid. Be afraid to do what you feel. It's okay.
See, now what helped me back in the day is, you know, I was a little shy in the beginning too, right? You know, because I was new. But when the whole battle moment came into the picture, with somebody calling you out and they going up to you and they doing moves in your face and taking your head off and stepping on it and, you know, just disrespecting you, and everybody's looking and they like, oh, he's killing you. He's killing you. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and let them to continue to kill you? Or are you gonna return the favor? You know, like, okay, hold on, wait a minute now. That shyness got to go because I'm not going to sit here and let you embarrass me.
And it depends on where you're at, you know, especially a lot of people, and they're going, ooh. And now you're put on the spot right then and there, you know. And I have been in that position even before I was doing my mannequin. I was put on the spot. It's like, oh shit. So now here we go. It was a time I went to a party. The music wasn't right. It was totally different music. Yeah. But I said, F it. I'm still gonna dance midnight dancer and still do it. Just to let him know, okay, he does get it, okay. But I understand that you know.
Yeah. You know. And especially if it continues to happen, after a while, you're gonna get fed up. If you're the type of person that you want to dance and you allow people to come outdo you and battle and take you out and embarrass you in front of the crowd, eventually you're going to get fed up and you're going to be like, okay, the next person come out at me, I'm coming for him.
Or if it's a situation where it's a continuous, like if it's a once a month thing or once a week where you're going to see the same similar crowds again the next week, go back to the house, go back into the lab,
Yep.
practice. When you come back out there, you're ready.
Yep.
Game face on, just go back and just tell yourself, okay, I can't be embarrassed. At least I got to be able to hold my own.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, a lot of great crews have come from great battles. Like after the battle, then you're like, oh, okay, now all of a sudden you guys become friends, and now y'all become crew in some cases.
The one thing that really got me was when me and Flat Top battled at the LA street scene. This was 85, and we was downtown LA. The pedestal was up here. The people are standing down here. So me and Flat Top and Kevin Favors. It was me and Kevin Favors against Flat Top. We was in the finals, the LA street scene, the popping battles.
Okay.
Street dance battles. So it was like 12, 13 contestants. We was out there. So we standing here. Everybody's lowered down. So we're on top so everybody can see up. All you can see is nothing but heads. It was downtown by Grand Park. And if you know Flat Top, back then, that's when he was just raw. Me and him was already friends because he stays by my house in my old neighborhood. So we already had a connect, but I got up in his face real quick. I was like, come on, Flat Top, let's go and give him a show real quick. But I already knew the weapons he had. And I already knew, okay, that Chinese split that he does, when he locks it and strobes it, I can't even touch that. I know he's going to do it. But we having fun because for me, I'm like, shit, because everybody's watching. Everybody's watching. So I did my thing, and Kevin Favors, he was Prince of Waves. So he was doing all kinds of waves and stuff. Everybody was like, oh, shoot, going crazy. And me, boom, bam, boom, I'm popping chest pops and hitting and stuff. And then it was Flat Top's turn. And if you know Flat Top, he strobes and animates. And then he does a split straight down. He leans and holds it. And his legs are way out, feet are up, and he just locks it in and just real slow. I'm done. Embarrassed as hell because everybody's looking like, ooh. I wasn't embarrassed by him personally because me and him are friends. So it wasn't that personal, but I know what he was going to do because he does it at Venice Beach.
Yeah.
This is the fact that people saw. It's like, I'm the victim.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin was the victim. Kevin couldn't get that.
Right.
Even we had a routine. No, Flat Top, but that was when he was on point. So that's when he was able to take his stomach and roll it and burn it out. And he was really that flexible back then.
What's up. That's
he
what's
was on
up.
his A game.
Yeah.
So embarrassed that I felt that before. I know.
And see, and like what you just described, it reminds me of how when if you wasn't friends, like you guys were friends, but if you wasn't, that can kind of eventually turn into becoming friends because you're like, wait a minute, you're pretty good, and I would like to be dancing with you instead of against you.
No, I saw him because he was already doing street shows at Venice Beach.
Yeah.
Before he was in Universal City Walk, when he came out to LA from Detroit, he was doing stuff at Venice Beach. That's when he was skinny and he had his flat top. It was high, and he always had his suits. He had his homemade. I still talk to him. I talked to him last week. As a matter of fact, we all keep in touch.
Yeah. But again, that also calls for great entertainment too. When you got dancers with different styles.
Oh, the people was loving it.
Yeah,
loving it, and it was downtown LA. It was, and then the LA Dream Team was performing. LA Dream Team, Bobby Jimmy and the Critters. They had the music afterwards, after the popping contest, and that was the Saturday. Sunday, animation. The Kinky Boys. That's when the Kinky Boys had on lace outfits, see-through lace. Oh, the girls, they going crazy. They going crazy. Mario and Smiley, the Time Bandits. Oh, it was entertaining, But then the popping culture, we was on that top pedestal. Animation Smiley represented it at a high level. I did what I did, my best as I could. Flat Top did what he did, And it was these two dudes, Dami and No, like Domino. But it was Dama and No. It was two dudes, short dudes. I can never find it, and they were locking. but they were short. So they're locking here, they're flipping over, they're jumping. I've never seen locking like that.
Wow.
But it was on point, on point, on point.
Wow.
And they were short, older dudes, so they wasn't no youngsters. We was 23, 24. They was at least like 30 something. You know, but now nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these OG dudes, they wasn't there.
Yeah.
It was right there, but nobody had recorders and cameras back then.
Yeah.
That's something I try to explain to a lot of young dancers because they always want to know, where's the footage? We want to see footage.
Yeah.
You didn't have cameras back then.
Yeah, I agree.
In LA, you can't walk down the street with no camera. Back then, oh no, you're not gonna have it for long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. You know.
And that's because of the other celebrities out there, right?
What do you mean?
You say you can't walk down with a camera. Is that because of the celebrities?
No, it's because of the hoods.
Oh, I see.
You know, and cameras back then, it was too expensive.
Gotcha. Yeah.
$1,000, $2,000, for just little Polaroid cameras.
Yeah.
But when you had your family reunions, your grandmother had the cameras with the picture to pop out. Nobody would take a camera with them when they go into these events. You don't think about that. We didn't have pocket cameras and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it wasn't. Nobody had the cameras like this, like they do right now. Now everybody has some kind of camera.
Yeah.
Back then, these weren't even invented in a little Canon. I guess the Canon cameras with the lens in there. Those are already running 2,500, but nobody was thinking about those cameras unless you was a photographer.
Right. And for most people that don't really have a professional camera, with these cell phones now, you got the cameras on there, so people just go around recording with them on their cell phones, which we didn't have back then either.
Dancers didn't have any cameras. When I say we, all the ones I've seen, none of us had cameras. We too busy, and a lot of us couldn't afford those cameras like that. But only photographers or people in school that was taking photography, they would rent that camera, but they were responsible for that camera.
Right.
They go to certain festivals, take the certain pictures, take them back for their school projects.
Yeah.
That was the only time, if that.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
But me and you walk down the street with a camera on King in Vermont. Oh no, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You better hide it. You better
Right. Yeah, that's interesting, man. I often wish that we did have somebody to document, because now some of my friends that were growing up back in the day have documented, they had other family members or friends that did have cameras that documented. Like my family, my aunt used to document a lot of our events, so when we would have parties in my backyard and stuff like that, she would always have the camera and take pictures and stuff. So that's how a lot of the stuff got documented, because nobody else in the family really was into that.
I would agree. That would be the only way. Have somebody come with you with a camera, but you wasn't thinking. I was never thinking, because I would never think when I leave for the day to go where I'm going, I never think it would come up with memorable moments.
Yeah.
I didn't know those memorable moments was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like moments like, damn, this happened. We did this today. And then we just think about the next day.
Yeah, that's it.
What happened that day? That's it. How many phone numbers you got? Who did you battle with? Battles that you see, and then you had to get ready to go to school the next day.
Yeah,
that was just high school. Afterwards, it was just like work, dance, television, drawing, dance, television, drawing, and then my mom. My mom was into the dance, so
okay.
Watching. Remember, I was telling you at first. That's how I learned two-step, because I was always off beat. So my mom had to, she'd hold my hand and walk two-step as we're watching Soul Train or American Bandstand or Flip Wilson or remember I was telling you the shows that I was watching, the dance shows in the evenings and on Saturdays to get my knowledge from dance also.
Yeah.
But I saw Mechanical Device. I saw Electric Boogaloos. And then In My Face, Karate Jean, and that was it. Yeah, that was it. That's all I had to say. And then the others, the dudes on the streets. And then I'm remembering my mom's friends when she would go to the birthday parties when she was in her early 20s. and taking me to these parties, and I'm watching the older kids, and I never forgot, you know. So, yeah,
That's what's
stuff
up.
was fun back then. It's fun now, but it's just a different kind of fun.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
a lot of the knuckleheads, the gang members, gang culture, and gang incidents messed up a lot of stuff for the young cats. Messed up a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Now you were telling me earlier that you wanted to kind of talk about your name. Is that what you?
Oh, well, you had asked me a while back. Before the kids in my neighborhood, they were calling me Chocolate Pop
Okay.
because I was the only black kid on the other side of the freeway. There was popping. A lot of
Okay.
kids, Hispanic, white. A lot of the black kids over there, gang members
Gotcha.
or into sports.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And when I went to a party one time, and again, when parties started, when we was coming up, birthday parties will be cracking 3:30, 4 in the afternoon. The last part I said in the morning, but I meant the afternoon. So 3:30, 4, 5 o'clock, you have your birthday party, and then you have your birthday cake, and then the party will go on 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. 10, 11 o'clock come, and this is when like I'm in my early 20s, 1920s, 21 maybe. I'm still dancing. I'm still busting. Boom. Everybody's tired out. Jerry curls is all sweated out. Girls' perms are sweated out. Everybody sitting on the couches is tired. I'm hearing the music. I'm still getting it. And then this old dude, he was like, "You just like a freaking midnight dancer. You don't stop after midnight, huh?" I said, "No."
Gotcha.
So when I wanted to apply for this parade, remember I was wanted to do a parade, start dancing in parades. I couldn't use Chocolate Pop
Yeah.
when I applied the application. So I had to think of a name. I had to think of it real quick right then and there. When the
Okay.
lady was asking me, I need a name. I didn't want to use my real name.
Right.
I'm like, Midnight Dancer. Okay. So I wrote that in the application and she accepted it. She was like, okay. And this is the Cinco de Mayo parade, 1985. And it
Okay.
went down the West Adams area. So I had to make a banner because remember, I'm drawing
Right.
after school. So I got some cardboard and drew with some paint, Midnight Dancer. I had a little person carry it. One person was folded and he carried it. It just said Midnight Dancer. And I used that and it got me first place, variety
Wow.
entry and a
Wow.
trophy. And believe me, I didn't know. I'm just popping and had my friend, remember Mixmaster Magic? I just had him with the radio and I'm just popping as we going. Not in the car, not with drummers, just single, individual dude, dancing and popping. Burgundy, bow tie, curl, and that name worked. And I like that feeling that I got because it was in front of a lot of people, dignitaries with the city. It was Cinco de Mayo for LA. That was
Right.
big. And
Right.
the Hispanics, they loved it. So I'm like, oh, when's the next parade? Shoot. So I waited till the season when parades come on. So now here comes Christmas.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to apply for the parade, Midnight Dancer, and I used it ever since.
Okay. Gotcha.
So that's how that kicked about.
That's interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, because everybody has to excuse me, you have to kind of try to start identifying yourself with what it is that you do. And like you say, you kind of be like, okay, I don't want to use my real name. Even though some people do, but
when I applied my for the application, they had your, I had to put my real name, who I am, and then you had to put your entertainment name, your entry name.
Yeah.
That's what I had to put Midnight Dancer.
Yeah.
Because it's like a midnight dancer.
Yeah.
I was kind of breaking, and then back then everybody was into the Adidas.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the Adidas headband because I had a long curl, but because I know it got hot. I want the bow tie and stuff, so I had the headband. I'm trying to do something different, the gloves and stuff. So with my mannequin character, because people know me as Midnight ever since then.
Yeah, okay.
So I just call that the mannequin, but I spell it a certain way.
Yeah, uh-huh.
So it has nothing to do with midnight because it's a black face, but it's a whole headpiece. It's the same, like, again, when you go in stores and you're going shopping and you see these mannequins displayed in clothes.
Mm-hmm.
What if that mannequin came alive
mm-hmm.
with a human heart, a conscious mind, but he was still a mannequin trying to imitate a human, but can pop
Right.
into the music. That's all it is.
That's it. That's great. That's genius right there, man.
That's all. I've doing that, did that since 2007, 2008.
Okay. Okay.
You know?
That's what's up.
But people know me as Midnight, so they see the mannequin and they'll think because it's black, it's Midnight. No, that's not it. That's me, Eddie, but the character is the mannequin.
Yeah.
But when I was doing the parades, it was Midnight Dancer. I couldn't use Chocolate Pop.
Yeah, right.
I wasn't, I don't know, because I wanted something more professional.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this is the city. So and my sister has all the trophies, so more trophies I got. And then when I got Kevin Favors, me and him started doing parades with members only. And then it was just me and him. And I got a couple, Melanie, Lady Tick, and Dennis. I paired them together to give them a little routine, for the younger kids, the 15 and 16-year-olds, so they can have somebody to relate to. And Melanie was real pretty, long hair, just cute. The boys are going crazy, but we don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. But now she's popping. So now the girls are like, oh, they're hating. They're hating. And then when I get popcorn, and then when my sister, me and her start dancing, I had her use Midnight Dancerette. And then she was already with a drill team, the LaQuinians.
Okay.
But then the people, oh my goodness, talk about the hate girl. Oh my goodness. And then my sister's already pretty, hair, and dudes are just on her, but they're like, oh, that's Midnight Sister. They wanted to talk to her, but they already know who I am because that's my pride and joy. Don't say nothing. But now she's dancing, she's popping. This is a girl. This is my sister. We doing the same routine.
Okay.
We did that at World on Wheels, and we did that one show. Oh, the people were going crazy. They were quiet because they were so busy looking.
Yeah.
Stunned.
All your trophies that you have for dancing?
Yeah, and I got one for art in ninth grade, art production.
Okay.
But the majority of trophies, and my sister has them. The trophies I have there for dancing in the parades.
Nice.
Because there was no dancers in the parades. There was nothing. I didn't see it. There I was looking before I even thought. That's what made me think, what if it was a dance in the parade popping? I didn't want to be in a car. I want to be on foot so I can relate to the people that's watching.
Yeah.
And it caught on. So then when me and Kevin got into the mix, and then me and Popcorn got into the mix, oh my goodness, it was something different. And the only other group dance-wise was Shampoo Press and Curl.
Okay.
That was a group, but they was with Rhythmettes, but they would be 5 guys. They have the hairs and finger waves or long perms, or girls, they going crazy dancing. Cool dudes. Those are the only people that I would consider rivalries, opponents. That was only competition, but they were doing more dancing, more fast dancing. The girls, they were going crazy, but here we're setting up popping because you still got the gang members,
right?
And then just the people in general, all of them. So that's how the name came about.
Okay, very interesting, man. Have you ever thought about writing a book about your life story in terms of your dancing?
No, it's too many. I'm just another dude, that's all. It's just I've experienced a lot and I've seen a lot. Yeah. So I try to share my experience with the people that I know and talk to. And some people kind of hate on it because they wish they was like they wish they experienced some of the similar stuff. And you can tell, but I'm friends with everybody. So try to share my experience. And it's the way that I know how, that's why I try to present my events.
Right.
To how I see how it was when somebody's doing an event here, what was the good, but not what was the bad. So whatever they did bad, don't bring that here. Bring it here. Here's another event. What did they do good, not bad? Leave the bad there and do it good. Remember when we was talking earlier about when you see somebody with a move, don't do the same move, don't bite.
Yes.
Be inspired to flip it. And that's what I was doing from the family film festivals, the parks, the party parks at Ladera. MacArthur Park. They used to have a contest in the park, Funk Fest. Southwest College, Chevy Hills Park, Ladera on Slauson, It was a few parks. And this is because my cousin he came from the Navy. So when he would come back from the Navy, me being his his cousin, a boy, he would
Mhm.
come get me from my mom's house and take me along with him.
Yeah.
Want to get me out and stuff. But I'm a kid. He's in the Navy, so he's around girls and stuff. But now he's taking me to these parks and these festivals. This is how I saw these festivals with the DJ and stuff. And they had the plug in the pipe on the light, and they would play the record player.
Right.
Or the early turntables, I guess the Technics, the beginning turntables.
Yeah.
And set up shop and had the jams in the parks,
Nice.
especially MacArthur Park. This is before it became real gritty and drug inhabited, before the certain gang took it over.
Yeah.
The Black communities had festivals in MacArthur Park. A lot of Ladera, UCLA had something once a year where they have all the high schools get together at the convention center. Then they'll bring them to the park in Westwood. And they'll have stuff out there. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, will donate the chicken. And then the Pepsi will donate the drinks. And then the radio station, KGFJ, will have the double-decker van with the big speakers and play the music in the park.
Nice.
There, nobody doesn't know about that, but I was there. This is high school. This was 1983.
Nice.
That was just that right there.
Nice. Ain't that something? That's interesting.
It's a lot. So a book about me? Nah, I'm not.
Yeah. Well, it's just a thought, I mean, because again, like we're getting older. Shabba-Doo was writing a book before he died, and like I just think it's important for us to make sure that we share our legacy in any form that we can.
Because I talked to you about this, and I talked about this with others. Like you were saying, sharing your legacy. So say now you want to interview me, you want to write a book, and then you want to do a documentary on film. Once we finish, you have the footage, you have all the information.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're going to do with it. You're going to take it and go somewhere else, fix it up, and then sell it? Or are you going to actually do right? Show me immediately what we just got to talking about and make it and share it with the community.
Yeah.
On a whole.
Yeah.
So you make a book with somebody, I wouldn't know how to make a book. And then trust factor, it kind of plays into play because you don't know what a person's incentives are.
Yeah.
Because a person can have that information and they can do whatever they want with it. You don't have control of it because you don't have it in your possession.
Yeah. No, well, I know for me personally, I am going to do an autobiography about my life, because I feel it's important. I'm not no superstar celebrity, but I feel I'm an average guy just like you, but I feel that what I've done over the course of my life is important. You know what I'm saying? And I want to share it with people. So I think, it's something to consider. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I guess for me, the Poppers picnics in the book, that would speak a lot. Because you see the community, you see what I'm all about. I'm just trying to get everybody together. And you look at the footages of the picnics on YouTube, videos speak for itself.
Yeah.
You'll see the kids. You'll see the people. You'll see the marriage proposals.
You have a YouTube channel for that? You have a specific YouTube channel?
No, because a lot of the videos come from other people. Oh. They bring their cameras to the picnics. Oh, so okay. you can click on OG Poppers Picnic 2016, 13, or just OG Poppers Picnic. You see all the different vids.
Okay, I'm gonna look them up. Yeah, I would like to see some of those.
Barbecue OG Poppers Picnic barbecue chicken contest, or female robot battle, or East versus West, where the dancers out here, the West Coast, they faced off against the dancers on the East Coast. Okay. Unprovoked. Okay. Nobody knew it was coming, but it's all fun. I let it go because it's entertaining.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have to check some of that out.
It's a whole bunch of stuff. It's a whole bunch of videos. It's maybe 100 some videos. The Funny Bones crew, they came up the top of the hill because I asked Burst. Is Burst in Warlock? From what I understand, that started the Funny Bones crew. Now they're like 100, two something deep. But when I asked him, I said, Burst, can you bring all the Funny Bones, please? Can you come to this? So they came up, there's a hill, Where you have your parking, then you have your hill, and then you come down, and then we're over here somewhere. So you had to come down. So somebody caught it on tape. I'm still trying to find it. I saw it, but it's somewhere on YouTube because I did see it. They came over that hill. All you see is all these people in black, white, like a wave of black over the green grass. You're like, damn, what the fuck is this? I'm like, oh, that's birds. That's the funny bones. Oh, they came. Barbecue pits, coolers, waters. Oh, shoot, nuts. Remember, I was telling you when I needed help because they took over the tables, so I had nowhere. So out there, I was by myself, and everybody's like, "No, man, we coming." They came. Everybody came. So there's videos. There's a whole bunch of different videos. There's a video when I got awarded with the state, California. But these are videos not from my camera. These are from other people's.
Okay, well, I'm gonna check them out. I would like to see some of those. Yeah, I'm gonna check them out.
I tell people, bring your own cameras so you guys can document the stuff because the news people won't do it.
Oh,
unless it was negative.
Yeah.
Or somebody will do it, but then you got to pay them.
Yeah.
Why should I have to pay you? And I'm trying to bring smiles and stuff, bring you together.
Exactly.
So I got to pay you to help bring people together. I take my chances.
Yeah.
That's why I had to go to the doctor now because of the blood pressure. It's cool now, but I'll take my chances.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. You know, you keep up the great work, man. I know you're doing some.
I learned from you.
Yeah.
I learned from you.
Hey, we learn from each other. We learn from each other, man. You know, because I mean, you know, people like you and I, man. We're assets to the communities that we come from. You know, and like you said, when you, and that's a responsibility when you think about it. It's a responsibility to put together and organize an event to bring other people together. You know, not everybody can do that.
It's hard because when I ask people, sometimes I don't beg, but I always say, sometimes I have to say, please, can you try to come?
Yeah.
Like, damn, do I really have to beg? But sometimes I do.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they do have schedules and stuff. So that's why I try to do ahead of time.
Yeah.
But it's the importance. I don't make money off this. I lose money. I lose time, energy.
Mm-hmm.
But the statement, the smiles.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to create. And then once they come, stuff that I do, they're like, oh, this shit is cool. They have fun. And they got stuff they can memorize. And they're like, when's the next one?
Yeah.
So that's why I want to meet your guys, the puppets.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of the LA cats would like to meet and talk to them.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely connect you with them, man. That'd be cool if they can make it down there and kick it with you all.
Yeah. I'm just another dude, just trying to do my part and help and trying to bring people together. That's all. That's
good, man. That's good. Well, I thank you so much, man, for taking the time out.
I thank you for having me.
And look, this segment, what I do here, I don't keep this to myself. I share this, man. This is a live broadcast, so people could come on here and check out what you've done and what you're doing, and learn about. If they don't know about you, they can learn about you. That's what it's all about. You know, I believe in what we do as a people. We should share it and not try to hide it and keep it a secret. You know what I'm saying? Let other people. You know what I'm saying?
I can't share it because I like it, so people are going to see it regardless.
Yeah,
I can't hide it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna set up somewhere at the park. I'm gonna call a couple of friends up with barbecue pits and the music, and we're gonna sit back and chill. But that music is gonna make you want to have some fun and dance. So.
Yeah, like you say, bring smiles to people's faces.
Why put 20 together when I can put 200, maybe 2,000 if possible.
Yeah.
But that one in picnic 8, and then the 9th one that scared me because it blown out. It got really big and crazy, and like they were asking, people was already trying to plan for 2 years ahead. Like they knew I was going to do this 2 years, but then that pandemic came. But then when I did that 10th one, and I had everything exactly the way I wanted it laid out, I wanted to see how it would work. Oh, okay. Everything worked out exactly well. And then after we went to Hollywood, that's a whole nother situation. Hollywood and Highland, when we took over the whole block with dancers. Yes. So even the tourists from out of town, they saw what LA was as a whole.
Nice. You know, well, I'm gonna definitely make it
you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, man. And I'm gonna definitely make it a matter of my business to visit you all one day out there in LA.
I want to come out there with you guys. Chuckman wanted me to come out there. He was trying to work on an MT Buzz and Cobra.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Come out to Chi-Town.
We're going to make it happen. We're going to work on
Get
that.
my step on, take me to a stepping place, Now, like I said, it was a video. It was the coldest video. And it was a lady here, 2 dudes. They were dressed up clean. They had on the beige suits, and they were dressed accordingly. They was a team. This is the thing. She had the burgundy dress, hat. They had on the white with the burgundy tie, handkerchief, hat, shoes, and they're stepping. Trio, all in step. It wasn't like they was trying to overtake the lady. She was basically controlling them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. And everybody was sitting around looking. Nobody could do nothing about it. Nothing. It was a step competition. It was out there.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Cleaning.
Well, listen, man, we're going to go ahead and conclude tonight's show. And hey, anything you'd like to say in conclusion? Oh, no. You guys just stay safe, stay healthy, and go see a doctor. Make sure you're all right, because you only have one chance. That's what I have to do. To keep yourself going and just be happy. Try to put a smile on somebody else's face, not to put a smile on your face. There you go. From my homeboy Midnight. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, man. Look forward to seeing more. Artistic, you keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, sir, and I salute you. Say hello to all. You need to get a hold of. Go ahead. No, I was going to just say hello to all the OGs out there for me. I'm gonna reshare this on my Facebook. You need to get a hold of Clown from New York. Oh, okay. That's that's a veteran. New York. Okay. He was there from day one. He's gonna try to come out in July, but you need to talk to him and put him on there. Okay. All right. I got to get to work on it then. He's out in New York. Yes, sir. Gotcha. All right, man. Well, you enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll be in touch sooner than later. You too. All right, my brother. Peace out. Yes, sir. And you guys have a nice evening.